You keep waiting for somebody to love you. You keep looking for somebody to validate you. You're sitting around waiting on a text message, a call, a pat on the back. And I came here to tell you, you might be waiting for the rest of your life if you don't get there. You gotta love you. You can't keep expecting people to give you what you refuse to give yourself. You can't beg for respect if you won't respect your own time. You can't cry about loyalty if you're out here betraying your own dreams. You want them to believe in you, then act like you believe in you. You can't keep waiting on other people to give you something you're not giving to yourself. That's the trap. Too many people are sitting around hoping that one day somebody is going to walk in to their light and finally tell them they're worthy, they're valuable, they're enough. But the truth is, if you don't believe that for yourself, it won't matter who says it. If you don't see the value in yourself, you'll reject the love. You'll sabotage a blessing. You'll push away the very things you're asking for. You're waiting on a compliment to fix your broken confidence, and it doesn't work like that. It starts on the inside. You've got to wake up and start giving yourself what you're begging for from others. You want encouragement? Speak life over yourself. You want loyalty? Be loyal. Be loyal to your own dreams. You want love? Then stop tearing yourself down every time you make a mistake. Too many people are pouring into everyone else's life, cheering for everybody else, clapping for everybody else, and they're starved because they haven't clapped for themselves in years. You've got to break that cycle. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give to the world what you refuse to give to yourself. You're waiting on someone to come and save you, but real talk, no one's coming. That's not bad news. That's power. That means you don't have to wait anymore. That means the rescue mission starts with you. When you stop needing permission to believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. When you stop needing someone to say you're doing great before you believe it, your whole energy changes. People can feel when you know your own worth. They can feel when you walk in certainty. They can feel when you approve of yourself, and that shifts how the world treats you. You can't keep playing small and expecting big things to show up. You want the job? Show up like you already belong. You want to belong. You want the opportunity. Stop shrinking when you speak. You want the relationship? Start treating yourself the way you want to be treated. Set the standard. Set the tone. Show people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you believe you deserve. And belief isn't just a thought. It's an action. Yeah. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you talk to yourself. It's how you push through on the days when no one's cheering and you still get up and move forward anyway. Loving yourself isn't some soft, feel-good slogan. It's real, raw power. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do because it requires facing everything about you. The pain, the mistakes, the shame, the doubt, and choosing to accept it all. It's not about bubble baths and affirmations alone. It's about resilience. It's about looking in the mirror, seeing your flaws and saying, I'm still worthy. That's strength. It's about standing firm when life tries to break you down and still deciding to show up for yourself. People think love is passive. Real love, especially for yourself, is active. It's choosing discipline when your mind wants comfort. It's choosing growth when staying stuck feels easier. When you love yourself, you start protecting your peace like it's sacred because it is. You stop letting people manipulate you, use you, or drain you because love teaches boundaries. It teaches you that saying a no doesn't make you selfish, it makes you whole. Self-love isn't about ego, it's about alignment. When you're in alignment with yourself, you make better decisions, you attract healthier relationships, and you create space for the life you actually want, not the life you're tolerating. It takes strength to say, I deserve better, and actually walk away. It takes strength to forgive yourself for who you were, what you didn't know, and how you handle things. It takes strength to believe in your potential even when your present doesn't match your dreams. That's the muscle of self-love. It gets stronger every time you stop beating yourself up and start lifting yourself up. Every time you talk to yourself with kindness. Every time you honor your truth instead of hiding it to fit in. People think self-love means you got it all figured out. Duh. No, it means you're in the fight. It means you're choosing to fight for yourself, even when it's not easy. Especially when it's not easy. It means showing up when you feel tired, pushing through when you feel stuck, and still choosing progress over perfection. The strongest people aren't the ones who pretend they have no pain. They're the ones who acknowledge it and still keep going. That's what self-love does. It doesn't erase the struggle, it gives you the fuel to rise through it. Self-love gives you the courage to be disliked, misunderstood, or underestimated because you're not living for their approval. You're living for your peace. You're living for your freedom. You're living for your next level. You can't climb if you're carrying everyone's expectations and opinions on your back. Loving yourself means letting that go, dropping the weight, and running your race with focus and fire. Every morning you wake up, that's a message from life itself. You're still in the game. You're still breathing, still capable, still eligible to win. That breath in your lungs, that's the proof. That's all the permission you need to move forward, to start again, to level up. It doesn't matter how yesterday looked or how deep the pain has been. If you're still here, that means the fight isn't finished. That means the clock hasn't run out on your dreams. That means you've still got something valuable to offer this world. Too many people count themselves out before the world ever gets the chance to see their greatness. They look at their past and assume it defines their future. They think that just because they fail. But failure isn't final unless you quit. Struggle isn't your identity unless you decide to wear it. There are people out there who didn't make it. They didn't survive what you did. They didn't bounce back. But you did. You're still standing. That should tell you something about who you are. That should remind you that no matter what's tried to break you, it hasn't succeeded. You might be tired. You might be bruised. You might even be in pieces. But pieces still move. Pieces still rise. Don't let the pain blind you from the fact that your presence alone is power. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. You don't have to have it all figured out to take the next step. Just the fact that you're here gives you the opportunity to start over stronger, smarter, more focused than before. Life's not about what you lost. It's about what you do with what's left. And if you're still here, that means you still have something left, something to build on, something to believe in, something to fight for. Every second you're alive is a second chance. A second to speak differently, to think differently, to act differently. To act differently, a second to choose courage instead of fear. A second to be intentional about who you are and where you're going. Some people waste their energy focusing on everything that's going wrong. But the winners, the ones who rise, they focus on the fact that they're not done yet. That they've still got breath, still got time, still got options. You've been through storms, but the storm didn't destroy you. You've walked through fire, but you didn't burn out. That means there's more in you. That means you're built different. You're still here because your mission isn't complete. You're still here because someone needs your story, your strength, your resilience. Loving yourself is a decision you have to make, and not just once. It's not a one-day event, not a moment of clarity that fades with the next challenge. It's a daily, deliberate, determined choice. You have to choose to love yourself when it's hard, when you don't feel worthy, when the voices in your head try to convince you that you're not enough. Because it's in those exact moments, when you're doubting, when you're struggling, when you're hurting, that the decision to love yourself matters most. Anybody can love themselves when they're winning, when they're on top, when the money's coming in, when the praise is flowing. But the real test is when things fall apart, when you're broke, when you're heartbroken, when nothing's going right and the pressure feels unbearable. That's when self-love becomes your lifeline. You can't wait for the perfect day to decide to love yourself. That day might never come. You've got to make the decision now in the middle of the storm, with the tears still on your face, with the doubt still in your chest. You got to stand up and say, I'm choosing me today. Even if your past is messy, even if your present is confusing, even if your future feels uncertain. Because self-love is not about perfection, it's about intention. It's about showing yourself compassion when you fall. It's about not giving up on yourself just because you messed up. It's about committing to your healing, even when it feels slow. It's about doing the inner work, the hard work, the necessary work that nobody else can do for you. Sometimes loving yourself means stepping back from people who don't treat you right. Sometimes it means walking away from environment that keep you stuck. Sometimes it means holding yourself accountable, looking yourself in the eye and saying, we've got to do better. Self-love isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it means facing ugly truths. Sometimes it means cutting ties with old habits. Sometimes it means outgrowing people you thought would be in your life forever. But every time you choose you, every time you pick your peace over your people pleasing, every time you say a no to what breaks you, and yes to what builds you, you grow stronger. You grow stronger. That decision to love yourself doesn't mean you won't struggle. It just means you won't abandon yourself in the process. It means you're showing up for your healing, for your growth, for your future. Even on the days when you feel like giving up, even when you don't see the results, even when no one else is watching, you still choose you. You keep showing up. You keep doing the work. You keep reminding yourself that you matter, even when your feelings try to say otherwise. Trying to be someone else is the quickest way to kill your purpose. You were not made to be a copy. You weren't built to blend in. You're not supposed to shrink, fit in, or follow a script that doesn't belong to you. But that's what happens when you chase approval instead of authenticity. You start editing yourself. You water down your personality. You hide your scars, your opinions, your dreams, because you're scared what people might think. You sacrifice your uniqueness for acceptance. And in the process, you lose the very thing that makes you powerful. You lose your voice. You lose your fire. You lose your edge. But here's the truth. You can never be great by pretending. You can't make impact by being invisible. You weren't created to be liked by everyone. You were created to be real, raw, bold, and unapologetically you. The moment you stop chasing applause and start chasing alignment, your life changes. When you walk into a room being 100% yourself, you stop needing everyone to clap. You stop adjusting your energy to make other people comfortable. You stop dumbing down your intelligence, your ideas, your ambition. When you own your identity, the right people will find you. The right opportunities will recognize you. You don't have to fake it to be chosen. You just have to be consistent in who you are. That's what the magic is. Authenticity takes courage. It takes guts to show the world your truth without a filter. It takes strength to say, oh, this is who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it, especially when being yourself has cost you people, especially when telling the truth has made you unpopular. But what's worse, being real and losing a few fake friends, or being fake and losing yourself. Every time you hide who you are to make someone else happy, you give away a piece of your power. Every time you silence your voice to fit into the crowd, you delay your breakthrough, because your next level isn't connected to who you pretend to be. It's connected to who you really are. You can't build a legacy on lies. You can't reach your full potential while wearing a mask. At some point, you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I living for me? Or am I just performing for people who don't even know me? Authenticity may not make you the most popular, but it will make you free. It will attract what's meant for you. It will attract what's meant for you. It will build a life you don't have to escape from, because it's real, it's honest, and it's yours. You were not put on this earth to question your worth every day. You were not born to doubt your value based on someone's opinion, someone's silence, someone's rejection. The truth is, your worth was never up for debate. It's not a vote. It's not a poll. It's not a popularity contest. You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't need likes, comments, or approval to walk in confidence. When you truly love yourself, you stop asking the world to confirm what you already know. You stop living like you're almost enough. You stop shrinking into spaces that can't hold your power. You stop tolerating disrespect, dishonor, and disconnection from people who don't even respect themselves. When you love yourself, you walk different. You move like someone who knows they belong in every room they step into. You speak with clarity. You stand with purpose. You carry yourself with pride, not arrogance, but awareness. You are aware of your value, aware of your purpose, aware of what you bring to the table. And when you walk in that awareness, people notice. The way you treat yourself teaches the world how to treat you. If you carry yourself like you're an option, people will treat you like one. If you walk like you're the backup plan, that's all you'll ever be. But if you carry yourself like you're the standard, like you're enough with or without their praise, that energy changes everything. People won't always know how to handle your confidence, and that's okay. You're not here to be palatable. You're here to be powerful. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break barrier. You're not here to stay quiet. You're here to speak truth. That kind of energy only comes from self-love. The kind of love that says, I'm not gonna let the world shape me. I'm going to shape the world. You stop bending your voice to be accepted. You stop editing your dreams to fit into someone else's version of what's possible. You don't chase attention, you attract alignment. You don't hustle for love, you move with self-respect. Every step you take should reflect the truth. You know who you are, and you know you're enough. You're not waiting for someone to put a crown on your head. You already carry it in your posture. You already wear it in how you speak about yourself, how you invest in your growth, how you guard your energy. This kind of self-worth can't be faked. It's not about the car you drive, the clothes you wear, or the image you post. It's about how you carry your soul, how you show up for your life, how you walk through storms with your head up, and your heart focused. So now it's on you. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more doubting, no more shrinking. From this moment forward, you walk like you know who you are. You speak like your voice matters. You move like your dreams are non-negotiable. You show up for yourself the way you've always shown up for everyone else. Because you finally understand your value isn't something the world gives you. It's something you claim. Love yourself relentlessly. Stand in your truth boldly. Live your life fully. Because you are worthy, you are enough, and the world needs the real you. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now.